Glenn Hughes here with 23homes.com, 23homes.com. And today I am going to get into how to sell a house. So the title of this presentation is how to go from being clueless about selling your homes for top dollar to getting paid within 23 days in the DC region without having an agent discount your home. So let's get into the nitty-gritty and cut to the chase. This is Bill Campbell. Bill Campbell is CEO of Campbell Moving. He has been in business since 1973. He knows over 10,000 realtors. Prior to doing business with 23 Homes, he had hired 2 agents at 2 different years, 2019, 2018, both whom failed at selling his house. He hired 23 homes. We made a couple modifications. He sold his house within 23 days for over $15,000 over ask. Now you could watch his video here on YouTube. I put all our video references in there. Trust but verify. Our next one is Richard Carnell Baker. He had attempted to sell 2 of his properties over a 8-year period. He had multiple agents. All of those agents failed except for 23 Homes. He was so satisfied and happy with the first sale that we did that he turned around and gave us his investment property and said, "Hey, you did such a great job. Come sell my second investment property for me." He said that we exceeded his expectations, and you can watch that on YouTube as well. The next one after that is a remote sale. He was with another agent. I don't know if you're getting the theme here, but we are the agent's agent. What happens is if you have a doctor who has to come in after someone else has done surgery, that particular doctor is an expert of experts. So 23 Homes, we are experts of the extras. We have a lot of agents who have left the area. Their license has expired, and they have called us. So we are the agent that agents select. This last one here was remotely. He was with another agent. Agents sometimes loop or force their customers into long-term contracts. This particular gentleman was forced into a 6-month contract, and had he canceled that contract, he would have had to pay $3,000. He waited for that to expire. Here's what he said. He said that we had more showings in one weekend than his other agent had in holding on to the property for 6 months. So we know how to get results. So if you try to set the right price for your home, but it's kind of tricky because you can't price it too high or too low, we are experts in pricing. We actually have written software. We have software tools to help us do that, and we have funded those software tools in here. If you tried to hire a real estate agent to list your home and they made promises without no results, then this is presentations for you. Preparing your home can be time consuming and very stressful. We have got a program to go through the minimal repairs and renovations because we know which repairs and renovations net the most money in selling your house. Dealing with lowball offers can be frustrating. We are experts at turning those lowball offers into high contracts. Marketing your home effectively is critical to attract potential buyers, but it can be overwhelming. Where to get started? I'm going to go through that program with you as well too. Scheduling and accommodating showings can be a hassle. I'm going to go through strategies and what we do to make sure that your calendar is not impeded by showings. Waiting for the right buyer to make an offer. Well, fear not, we are experts at getting offers to be proffered quickly and easily. No cost of selling a home can the cost of selling a home can add up quickly, including costs of real estate commissions and cutting into your profits. I'm going to review with you how you can get the most money in your pocket. Negotiating a sales or contract can be a complicated process, leaving you feel uncertain. Well, you can go in. We have over 100 references on Zillow, 100 references on Google, and over 50 on Yelp. Go check those out, and a ton of references, video references at 23homes.com/references. The uncertainty of the sales process can be overwhelming as market conditions, buyer financing, unexpected issues can impact the sale of your home. We have seen it all, dealt with it all. So the bottom line is that there is a ton of information out there. If you're a FSBO, you can take this out. FSBO is for sale by owner. So if you want to try and sell the house on your own, you can take this information and do that. And according to the NAR, National Association of Realtors, 77% of 77% of homeowners do not go back to their realtor. So come on over to 23 Homes. It is a great place to make money. He who represents himself has a fool for a client, a legal axiom that's been around for years. So we don't want you to represent yourself. Here's the data about FSBO. FSBOs will sell their house at $60,000 below that of what an agent can get you. This is called the experience gap. The second one out there is that if you sell your house to someone that you know, you're going to sell it for an additional $30,000, a total of $90,000 below what you could probably get your home for. This is called the emotional gap. All this data has been put together by the National Association of Realtors and is a longitudinal study, has been going on since the late 60s. So all this data is solid. And as I mentioned, there's a ton of information out there. Each agent runs their business differently because they are essentially a business on their own island. So you have many choices out there. And it's easy to get confused. And then there's a lot of rumor mill out there. Oh, I got a guy, or I heard this, or this is how I sold my house. None of that, is generally solid information. Is mostly anecdotal. So the truth is, you can sell your home by yourself on your own for top dollar, but chances are it's not going to work for you. You're going to get lucky if you didn't. And I've only run into one person out of probably 10,000 people that I've talked to over the last 10 years that have actually sold their house successfully. So what is this right here? You want the totality in the legal realm, the totality of the information. Do you know what that picture is? An image of that? It looks like a chin. How about this over here? This looks like locks or long curls. Don't know if it's a guy or girl. You want the totality. So most people only get a small fraction of the picture as opposed to getting the full picture. So we want to give you the full picture today, and we are going to move through this presentation with a certain amount of rapidity and comprehensiveness, which is not easy to do. So about 23 homes. There's 2 of us here. There's 4 of us that work in the office. So a total of 6 people. We have over 35 years of real estate experience. We've sold hundreds of homes, tens of millions of dollars. We close about 50 transactions per year. We are lifetime top producers at Northern Virginia Realtor Associations, top producers at Keller Williams. We are certified in divorce, and we've been recognized in 2022 for one of the top selling teams in the DC metropolitan area. We sell 40 homes twice as fast as everybody else and 5% higher than everybody else. Our qualifications were licensed in the District of Columbia, the state of Maryland, the Commonwealth of Virginia. We are licensed general contractors, so we know how to fix things. We could build a house from the ground up, need be. Internationally licensed project manager, which is a difficult test license to acquire. And we are recognized as experts in real estate investments. Judge us by the company we keep. We work with the Keller Williams brokerage, which Keller Williams is number 1 in transactions. 20% of all transactions go through Keller Williams. Keller Williams is number one in luxury, number one in the quantity of licensed realtors, over 180,000, number one for culture, and we are the number one training organization, the largest, the biggest, baddest training organization in the world. So we know what we're doing. What do most agents do? They'll maybe do print advertising, and you'll learn more about why print doesn't work. They'll use generic plastic sign on your front lawn. They'll maybe create an ad on social media. Load your listing into the MLS and pray that it works. Encourage their office to show it, and they might try an open house. What we do is we're going to evaluate a house. If you decide to move forward and select 23 homes as your real estate partner, we're going to evaluate your home. We're going to set a price based on analytics and go over that number with you. We're going to help you prepare the home without spending a lot of money. We do have free staging. However, that free staging is vignette staging, which means it's just small areas. It's not a full house, although we do have the resources to do that. If you decide to go with our full service as opposed to our discounted service, then you would actually help subsidize some of that. We're going to market across a variety of different marketing channels. We want to get the widest scope so everybody knows that your house is for sale and what the price is. We're going to qualify your buyers to make sure that you're not wasting your time, receive and evaluate offers, and then close the sale. Step one is the evaluation. We use public evaluations as well as a private type of mortgage evaluators. We have about 9 different sources to evaluate the price of your home, not just one. Although a lot of people do depend on the MLS. We're going to consider the location, the time frame, what are your emotional elements. For example, emotional could be you're stepping up from a house that you started your family with and you need a larger house, or maybe perhaps you're downsizing. All of those type of scenarios have different emotions associated to it. One thing to consider is getting an appraiser if you want to get a price that has a certain amount of weight behind it. However, I can also tell you that getting an appraisal is an opinion. I've had one house that came in at $395,000 with one appraiser. The contract fell through. They sold it for $440,000, and the other appraisal came in for $450,000. So that is close to a $55,000 gap between 2 professional appraisers. So I'm going to give you the range. You can also use this free link to get a valuation on our home. This is where we go through 9 different sources, both public and private, and show you the information from each of those sources based on your address. So question 1, can I set any price I want from a home? Yes. However, it might go back to being a little bit dollar wise and penny foolish, because if you go too high and you don't get any offers, your house is going to sit on the market for a longer time. And what is the psychological impact? I know this because we work with both buyers and sellers. The buyers will always ask me, what is wrong with that house? So you must price the house right the first time. If you don't do that, your what they call a marketing tail is going to go down, which means less people are going to see it. And if less people see it, then you're going to have to drop your price. And that's the length of time on the market. Same thing right here. You want to find your sweet spot. If it's too high, you're going to cut out a certain percentage of the market. They're going to say, oh, that's overpriced for me. So you want to leave room for negotiation. I can tell you right now, if you price your house at $50,000 below the market value, let's say at $450,000, the market will naturally increase your price back up to the $500,000 waterline which is probably what you wanted for your house. Everybody wants 550, but it will come up. Sometimes it will go even greater than that. I need to recoup the money that I spent on renovations. Here are all the ROIs on renovations. Remember, we're a general contractor here in the DC metropolitan area. You could pause this. I'm going to keep rolling. For example, here's a house that was purchased for $465,000 in 2011. This came through our remodeling side. And today in 2023, I'll go before and after, we did this remodel for them. Today we have the price appraised at $1,007,000. So it went from $465 with the correct renovations. That's what it's worth today. Here's another one. This is here in the DC metropolitan area. This house in 2020 was $363,000 with some renovations. It was sold for $720,000. We know what we're doing. We have designers on staff. We have professional stagers on staff. All these people are here. So the preparation is important. You want to clean, declutter, repair, upgrade. You want to increase the exterior curb appeal. There's a lot of studies out there that say curb appeal is what draws people into the house. You want to get rid of any odors in the house, especially if you had pets. Staging the house is important, and you want professional photos and professional videos. Super important to get that done. Question number 1 on FAQs. Do I really need to stage my home? Well, I would say yes, because staging is your makeup. Who's this woman? Do you recognize this woman? If you don't recognize her instantaneously after my question, then you don't understand staging and need to get staging. Technically, this woman right here is the 8th most beautiful woman in the world, circa 2020. Do you know who she is? She is Margot Robbie. So big difference. Here she is without makeup. Here she is with makeup. Okay, so staging is important. Here's some more facts for you. Say, Glenn, that's makeup. I want to see the real deal. Well, here we go. This house sat on the market for almost 6 months. It went on the market in the spring. You always want to sell your house in the spring because there's natural cycles here in the DC area for $950. They dropped the price all the way down to $840 over that 6-month, 7-month period, and the house didn't sell. We took over the listing again. Remember, I said to you, we are the experts of the experts. We're the ones that doctors come to when the doctors need a doctor. So this is your before. That's their picture on the MLS. You can see bright MLS. This is what we did afterwards. This house, after we got a hold of it, sold for $920. We brought it up $80,000 from $840, sold it for $920. Had we got a hold of it at the $950 range, the client probably would have got their number. That's what happens when you make a bad decision. Now, I'm going to dig into this because it's very, very important. Here's the living room of the same house, okay? Started at $950 on the market, and then after we got done staging, that's what it looks like. So here's the before with another agent. Here's the after with 23 homes, okay? We increased the list price $80,000. Here's another one. We talked about some other houses that we did earlier on. This is the Campbell house. They were with 2 other real estate agents. And this is the before, and that's the after. Here's the before, that's the after. Which house would you like to have? We sold this for above the asking price. Here's the before on the Campbell house. Here's the after with 23 homes. It doesn't take a lot of money. It does take some. The money that they put into this, they got through 23 homes financing, and that financing was paid back on the sale of their house. Again, this is the before, this is the after. Notice how the pictures are also more professional. This house sold at $350 as is. That's the after. Its final sale was $585. That's 137.5 ROI. This is the before, exact same picture from the same area. That's the after. So you're looking down the kitchen alley, and that is the after. Absolutely breathtaking. We know what we're doing. This is the before in the kitchen area. Again, we told them to rip up the floor and put in a special wood tile. It's really ceramic tile, but it looks like wood, and that is the after. Again, 137%. The before and the after. Which house do you think you would rather purchase? Okay, this right here is, again, the same house. This is the before, living room, and that is the after. Notice how the pictures are much more beautiful than the before pictures. That's taken with an iPhone. That's taken with a $1,600 camera. Do I really need to take high quality photos of my house? The answer is yes, yes, yes. Let's go back and take a look at it. This is a phone camera. And look, this is a listing. How beautiful is that? It looks like garbage. This right here is with a Canon camera. This is the house. We saw it earlier. Look how blurry the light is, okay? We didn't do anything, doctor this up. You see the blurry light. You got the reflection on the floor. That looks like garbage. You've got dark spots over here, light spots on the left, dark on the right, and you can see through the windows, which you never want to do. Okay, we're going to get rid of the glare. We're going to get rid of the right reflection. We're going to get rid of the darkness, and that's what we have. See the way that there's no light stains on the left over here that come out, and the curtains impede the view so your eyes don't wander through the window, keeping you focused in on the product, which is the house. Again, this is an ARRI Alexa LF camera. It's about a $1,600 camera. It can go as high as $9,000 how you configure it. Again, the before Canon camera and the after. Notice the wideness, okay? This one right here, you can see just a tad bit to the right of the corner, and then you have the window on the left. We still have that corner over to the right, but it's a wide angle. Again, this is a $1,600 camera. It's not ours. We have a professional photographer come in that we've worked with for years. Again, this right here is an iPhone camera. This right here is a $1,600 camera. All right, why are videos important? So the National Association has helped answer this questions. Sellers, 83%, want agents who do videos. Well, let's take a look. This on the left is our 2000 video. Well, let's play this real quick. This is 2011. I'm not sure if you can hear it. You hear the background noise. You don't walk in the house. We've been doing videos now for over 15 years. So here's this is how we progress.
Don't let the rain ruin your day. When you're living in Fairfax, it's always something to do. And when you live in luxury end unit, the sky never turns gray. I'm Guest Thong Pei Hughes. Welcome to your sunshine. This is an end unit and it shows you are surrounded by 3 sides of window and light. Formal, casual, and outdoorsy, there is space for it all. But what I like to do is sit back and relax.
Okay, that video right there is a $3,000 video done on a special camera, and it's all scripted out. It is basically a Hollywood movie set is what we create for all our luxury houses as well as our standard middle road houses. And if you qualify, it might even be for just a regular house if you think you have a regular house. Again, we've been doing this since this one on the left was 2000, circa 2008, 2009, 2010. The one on the right was just recently done in 2020. So we know what we're doing. Video sell houses. 0.001% agents are at the type of video on the right over there. The video over here is from an iPhone, takes about an hour. The one on the right is a $2,500 video, takes 6 to 8 hours. It is completely scripted and directed. It has an AARI Alexa, this particular camera, with the right modifications. This is a $6,000 camera. It has a Rode mic, which is a $1,000 microphone, editing software, Adobe, drone footage. I mean, we go to the nines to get the right product in order to represent your house. When do you want to put your house on the market? You always put your house on the market on Thursdays, and you make sure that you have an open house both on that Saturday and that Sunday. We have a professional writer on staff, and all they do is write. They make sure that the writing is both compelling and motivational, inspirational, and we advertise on multiple platforms with the videos so everybody can see it. We do host open houses, and we know how to do our open houses, and we also offer incentives to our buyer's agents. We make sure the house is priced competitively. We also have private tours of the house to make sure that if someone is kind of coming in from out of town, we can make sure we can do a private tour. That's a private tour is when the buyer agent and the selling agent show up at the same time. That's usually for houses that are for over $1 million. Can I list the home myself and find a buyer that way? Probably. You're probably not going to find the best buyer because you have to then vet them. Do I need to advertise my home on multiple platforms? Only if you want multiple offers and you want the highest possible price. One platform is not going to do it. So do I really need to advertise my house on multiple platforms? Look at this right here. 51% of all buyers come through the internet. The real estate agent that you select. So just between these two right here, 51 and 30, that's 80% chance. Yard sign, 7%. We have over 6,000 followers on our Facebook page. Chances are we know someone who's looking to purchase a house. Put the odds on your side. Just forget about it. Go on autopilot inside your mind. Go with 23 homes. You're putting the odds, 97% chance of success on your side. We then take that ad and we push that out to 61 countries. We have access to about 1.6 billion people at eyeballs on there, and we go through 111 portals. Domestically, 320 different portals with visibility every day of 4.5 million, and we do this in all 50 states. We take your ad and we push it out to our syndication network, and that's the visibility else that you have. Nobody else has that. Again, 320 portals domestically, 111 internationally. Can I host the open house myself? Do I need an agent? Well, I would have to say yes, because agents are savvy enough to know what to do in order to engage a client. We have a special open house review sheet. So everybody that comes in is professionally greeted. We put a clipboard in their hand and we have them give direct market feedback to our seller. How much is direct market feedback? I know this for a fact because I used to work on this project. Hewlett-Packard paid $12 million for direct market feedback in order to bring out their color line printer, laser printer, back in the late 1980s. That project went through my old firm. Questions? What about luxury? Do I need a special agent? Bottom line is yes. If you have a luxury house, we're going to put it in Mansion Global. This is our house here in Alexandria. You can go look it up. We're going to put it in Barron's. That's 607 Pitt Street. We're also going to post it in the Wall Street Journal if you have a luxury house. The showings. Once your house is on the market, you want to show it to as many potential buyers as possible. and you have to be flexible. We have a special app that you can approve or reschedule or deny or reject a showing. It comes right to your phone. Everything is at your fingertips. But remember, if you turn down a showing, you might be turning down a potential buyer, and that will turn them off. If you have pets during your showing, you're going to have to either go for a walk around the block with your pets or take them for a ride in the car, or you're going to have some type of means by which to distract your pets so there is no disruptions during the showing. Pools, very, very important with pools. Only 30% of the population wants to buy a house with a pool. So out of the 100% of the population, if you've got a pool, you've just cut that down to 30%. So your next door neighbor who doesn't have a pool has a larger swath, a larger population potentiality of people who want to buy their house. Lock boxes. We will put a lockbox on your front door for the agent. They will come up. They have a registered key or they have a Facebook app and they can get into your house using the lockbox. That is for insurance purposes. It also tracks all the information. When did they enter your house? When did they leave their house? And it gives us also their information so we can follow up with them. Do I need to be present during showings? It's not necessary. In fact, we would discourage you from being home. I would go for a dinner, go for a walk around the neighborhood, go for a drive in the car. Can I show potential buyers around my house myself? Again, I would discourage you from doing that. Give them privacy, give them times to talk. We have some sellers who actually listen in using Alexa or listen in using their Ring doorbell. So if you really want to be there, you can, probably use that methodology in order to find out what they're saying about your house. Can I show it on my own schedule? Yes, you can. However, again, it diminishes the wider population of people that could potentially look at your house. You want to make sure the buyers are qualified when the offers come in. And who does that? The agent. We will call not only the buyer's agent, which is our peer, we will also call the mortgage banker. We're going to evaluate each of the price. Some people put in the highest price with a whole bunch of contingencies, hoping you'll select them and then they will negotiate you down. We've seen that a lot of times. It's a trick that's used by more experienced agents who want to take advantage of less experienced agents. Look at the timeline of each offer. Again, some agents will say this offer is only good till Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Okay, great. Well, if it's cash, we might consider it. Earnest money. This is the money that is paid by the buyer that goes into escrow. And we know that the buyer is now serious because they're actually putting some skin in the game, some money on the table. Contingencies. There's lots of contingencies. Does the buyer have to sell another home in order to acquire your home? This could elongate the time period up to 90 days. So there is a due diligence deadline for both the buyer and the seller. For the buyer, it's generally about 8 days. For the seller, you generally have 24 to 48 hours to make a decision to either cut them loose or to start negotiating with them. After the offer has been accepted, they're going to go through they're going to go through a home inspection. They're going to go through an appraisal. They're going to go through an HOA inspection if you have an HOA, and then they're going to go through the final financing. So there's a lot of different speed bumps that come up, and unless you're with an agent who knows all those speed bumps, knows the map of success, so to speak, then you will have no problems. Doing this all on your own can be a daunting experience. Closing costs. You, as the seller, pay for both the buyer's agent and the seller's agent commission. and then so a total, if you go with top of the line, is going to be about 7%. If you kind of cut it down the middle, you're looking at about 6%. Repairs, that is during the home inspection. The buyer can negotiate with you if they want to reduce the price or have you fix items. Thereafter is the appraisal. If the appraisal comes in above your sale price, there's no problems. If it comes below, then you have to lower your price or have an agent renegotiate the contract for you at some type of alternate in between there. However, generally, if the appraiser comes in at a lower price, you're in trouble because the mortgage company that the buyer's with is not going to pay more for something that that's not valued at that particular level. Limited exposure. Without the help of a real estate agent, you may not be able to market your home effectively. So you might need some help there. Pricing challenges. How do you determine the house's correct price? You don't want to overprice it because you've seen that if it's on the market, the value goes down. There's legal issues when selling your house because there's a lot of contracts. There's the time and effort that goes into negotiating and preparing your house and coming up with financing if you don't have financing. And then, of course, the emotional attachment. These are all the items that you have to go through when you're selling the house. But if you select the right agent, you want to make sure that your agent is trustworthy, attentive, they communicate well, they're knowledgeable. You'll waste a lot of time interviewing agents. I've seen people interview 5 and 6 agents, and ultimately, they don't select the right one. The reason being is because it's difficult unless you hire people on a continual basis. It's not easy for a lay person to really select the correct person. Agent may make promises that they can sell your house quickly just to find out that they don't have buyers in their database. We've got a database of over 20,000 people. Other option you could do, let's do this. We're going to go over our VIP program. We can represent you. You're going to say, hey, look, I want to fly first class. I want to get the show on the road here and sell my house for top dollar. This gentleman here, we call him the most honest man in the world because he selected another realtor who failed. After we signed on with him and he signed on with us, he didn't follow our system. He didn't follow our advice. We brought in experts. He didn't listen to any of our experts. We fired him. However, the reason why he's the most honest man is because the hardest thing to know is to know thyself through Socrates. He actually did a mea culpa with us and apologized, and he put everything on video. Most honest man in the world. Absolutely spectacular. Go listen to it. This gentleman decided to go with us. He said that we are 10 times better than the best of the best, another VIP program member. And here's another guy, Entrepreneur of the Year, through a bunch of the accounting firms here in the DC metropolitan area. He hired his COO's wife because he didn't want to have any, boardroom controversy. She had the house for 60 days in a time period of when houses here in the DC metropolitan area were selling in 3 days. We sold the house for $45,000 over list in 72 hours. Absolutely remarkable story. So we're licensed in DC, Maryland, and District of Columbia. However, we are #1 Best for North Potomac Award, Arlington Best of the Best Realtor Award, Bethesda's Best Realtor Award, Herndon Award for the Best Realtor for accountability, integrity, professionalism, and supporting the community. #1 Realtor in McLean, Vienna, Great Falls, and we are a $1 million real estate investor certified award through the National Capital Area of Realtors. Let's go through our offer here. We have a sell it or buy it program. If your house doesn't sell within 90 days, we'll purchase the house from you. We have a dream home finder. We will go out and knock doors and find a buyer for you somewhere around there. Keep in mind, there's always a renter near your home, someplace down the street, up the street. We're experts at mining those people that are renting houses near you. And we'll find them and see if they're interested in purchasing a house in the neighborhood that they already live in. We have a contractors certified program. So if you have to fix up your house, we have licensed contractors that have been vetted by us. We have a short-term loan program. So if you need money, so we'll, like, for example, let's say that you want 2 price quotes on painters or flooring. Let's go out and get those. We'll pay those vendors for you. Then we get paid at the closing. We have a satisfaction guarantee. So if you're not completely satisfied with us, you can walk away. We have a coming soon program that lasts for 21 days. It gets you the absolute deepest traction within the market possible, because we're going to start full throttle marketing your house 21 days before it actually hits the market. We've got an investor network of people who want to buy houses all the time. And we have, again, a database with over 20,000 buyers on it. Book a call today. We want to talk to you. We think we have a program that we can mesh, mold, and tailor to your specific needs. But just register here below, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you.